على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم صدق الله العظيم. About the greatness and about the Quran. And the maqsad here is also the Quran and Sunnah and how to get the life of Rasulullah to the next generation. And the deen of Rasulullah to the next generation. Just to bear the value of the Quran, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is explaining that if this was revealed on a mountain, the mountain would shatter in pieces. But this is a blessing from Allah that it can be, it was the nuzul of the Quran happened on the heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the shatterness that would happen to the mountain, it's not going to happen to the hearts of the believers. Why? Because some scholars have also mentioned this as the Quran is jalal, is the kalam of Allah, and they make it comparison with the sun. Like how sun is hot and the moon has coolness. So the coolness of the sun goes away when the moon is there. So the Rasulullah sallallahu they give the example that the Rasulullah sallallahu is like a moon. So he bared the Quran and gave the coolness to us. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all the ability to follow the Quran and Sunnah. And the next few ayahs are just about praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
I think I'm going to get it started a little bit, and then I would invite everybody, especially the imams of other masajid, to come and speak, whether they want to say it. You know, as I was saying earlier, that the story of California Islamic Center was started in 1999, and we went through some difficult times, and then we continued to persevere. So, mashallah, in 2015, we ended up with this building, and then we are continuing that journey. So the journey is such a journey that it will never end. If you continue working for Allah's sake, it's an ongoing journey. There's no end to this journey. And it is so important that we continue with this. And we started this project to invite the youngsters to participate. That's why we did the basketball court. Rather than starting a masjid, we started with something that is useful for people every day, more than just the prayer time. And then we continue with other projects, and then we finished planting those almonds, and mashallah, they're growing really well. And inshallah, next year we had a crop this year. Inshallah, we'll have a crop next year also that will be bigger crop. Allama Iqbal, I think most of you know Allama Iqbal was. He was a great thinker, great Muslim thinker that provided a lot of guidance to us. And he said, यकीन मोहकम अमल पे हम मोहब्बत फातह आलम जहाद जिंदगानी में ये है मर्दों की शमशीरें. So it is so simply put that, Allama Iqbal expressed what needs to be done by Muslims in such simple language that, first you have to have faith in Allah, faith in our religion. And then you need to have faith in yourself that you can do so. And the second thing he says, Amal Peham, you need to constantly struggle, constantly work on it, ongoing, non-stop. Little bit, sometimes a lot, sometimes a little bit, but you need to continue. And then the last part of that couplet is Muhabbat Fateh Alam. Love is the word, love is the thing that will conquer the world. And these are the things that you need in the struggle of life. You need these three things. So I think, mashallah, we struggled. We came to this point, and we left this 40-foot wide strip when we were building this to have some more space so that we can build in future. And the future is now. Mashallah, we got the plans done. I think the plans are there on the wall. And mashallah, Brother Amin here, he did most of the drawing work, and they're all approved by the county. It took us a year and 4 months, I think, to go through the whole process. So we are there, and mashallah, we raised some money during Ramadan so we can get the work started. We don't have all the money to finish the project, but we have enough money to get it started. And that's where Yaqeen Muhkam comes in. So we have the faith, inshallah, we will complete it. That's how we started the other part, and we will complete it. So that's all I have to say, but I want to invite you, all of the imams from the other masajid, to come and say a few words, whatever things you want to express. A little bit about the project. I think there are 5 rooms that we are building here. One room, and the last one, is independent. That's not connected with anything. This room here is independent. It's got the face on that side, and it's got 2 bathrooms. And then these 4 rooms, we are planning on having these partition walls and movable walls. So sometime you may be able to use this hall as one space for bigger gathering, for when there's food involved, so that you don't have to keep using the big hall. So you could use this space. Also, there's a storage that is going to go over there, so we can store all our chairs and tables and all that. It's a pretty simple design. Inshallah, we'll get it completed in no time as the money comes in. So later on, if you have any questions, we can answer. And Brother Amin is here, we can answer the questions because we have done all the plans. So that's all I have to say. Inshallah, after everybody is done, we have some shovels over there. Go at it. We'll try to remove this sod. It's a little hard to remove for a person like me. It's difficult, but the young people will take some video and pictures, and inshallah we'll have that for the memory. And I think Imam Bola remembers his son was this young, I think, but at his age. Yeah. So when he we did the groundbreaking
Yeah.
2010, I think, 2009. We did the groundbreaking. His son was dead, and he was in the video for the most of it. You might have seen on our website, there is a picture of him. And he's already grown up.
Now he will lead you Tarawih
He
here.
will lead Tarawih, inshallah. So, mashallah, well, I'll stop there. Brother Yasser, you want to say a few words? And then Brother Musaddiq is there. Anybody else want to say a few words before we break the ground, inshallah? And in the end, inshallah, Imam Bhola is going to do the dua for all of this.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. I had the privilege and the honor to be your khadim for 2 years, and inshallah ta'ala, at whatever capacity we continue to work together for the community at large, the work is bigger. I was reflecting, I was at a program, like back-to-back programs for the past 2 nights, and I remember I shared somewhere that I remember as a child, my father driving me to downtown Masjid for Jum'ah, just to pray Jum'ah Salah, because there was nothing available. There was no infrastructure. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone that worked tirelessly, and they're no longer with us, to provide us with these foundations that we're able to build upon. Think about the graveyard, right? CIC, Nura Masjid. You know, there were individuals that respective elders and they know of individuals that would work tirelessly. They were simple people, right? They came here in survival mode, as I would like to say, working labor jobs, but they had muhabba, they had love for each other, they had ittihad, they had unity, and they, worked very hard to build the infrastructure for us. So there are two ways, there's a two-pronged approach when we grow in the community, right? One is building the building, right? One is by putting up a structure, buying a piece of land, doing a groundbreaking ceremony, and building something physically. In hindsight, okay, I'm not trying to take anything away from Brother Amin, our President Saab, Taj Saab, and everyone that's been involved in getting those plans on that wall, right? But understand what I'm trying to say. In hindsight, building a structure is the easy part. इमारत को खड़ी कर देना ये तो आसान काम है, right? In hindsight, it's to utilize these resources that we have for the community, to get the involvement in the community, to get everybody on board. This is the asal thing. One of the things that I picked up, personally, like I make observations, is that wherever we go in the world, and I could be wrong, right? But generally speaking, you're able to make qiyas of the community based on the masjid that exists in that community. In other words, if you want to gauge what the community is capable of, you look at the assets that exist in the community that the community has poured into. And there are, of course, good signs and also bad signs. There are areas, there are towns and villages throughout the world where these humongous structures exist, but they're vacant. Why? Because that community was strong. They had the resources, they were on the right track, but for whatever reason, they're vacant now. So wherever we go in, throughout the community, looking at the resources we have in Dora, we need to be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us capable of. So we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows us to, that He uses us for continued unification and uses us for what's good for the ummah at large. Education. You have attended countless talks of mine, and I would just talk about education. Right? This is where this is what we need for our youth. quite simply, in order for our next generation, as Muhammad talked about briefly, the simple fact is that what can we do to allow our children and our grandchildren to remain Muslims after we are gone? And this is something that is the vision here, right? That for us to provide the resources, and lastly, those of us that are relatively younger, right? Understand, and I'm speaking to myself as well, right? Understand that it took countless hours of hard work in the fields, in factories, in truck driving, and everything, business owners. It took many resources for our respective elders to develop that infrastructure or that foundation for us to build upon. Now it is our responsibility to take it from here to the next level. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use us for what? Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakumullah khairan.
Anybody else? Huh? Anybody? Other mosques?
ये इमाम मुदस्सिर की कम
Next, you want to say anything?
Listen, right? You want to say some words?
ऐसा क्यों है आजा थोड़ा सा फिर
Some words. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, I apologize to stand here. I'm not capable of this position to stand here and say a few words. But I will reiterate what Maulana Yasir has mentioned. That looking into the history of where we are coming from, the Indo-Pak, we see large buildings. We build the Taj Mahal. We build a lot of nice buildings in Lahore and other cities. What we need is the system. And Alhamdulillah, I am very grateful for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gave us the guidance of such notable scholars, Maulana Yasir, Maulana Yusuf, Maulana Hamad, Maulana Shakir, Maulana Musaddiq, and all those other ulama that work with us, and the community elders. I'm very thankful for Taj Khan uncle and also Ramzan Ali uncle and all those elders. They are giving opportunities to the youth so they can build a system here for Lodi. We have a large community, inshallah. And there are a lot going on what Maulana Yasir, alhamdulillah, has mentioned, that on the surface we don't see those things. But underneath the surface, alhamdulillah, a lot has been going on right now to build a cohesive system that people should think that CIC, Lodi Masjid or Stockton, we are not separate people. We are not separate people with different thinking minds. We are just one people. Both these centers are ours for the Lodi. And our goal is to build a system so these young kids, those are sitting right here, so they could develop into a good human being and good scholars. That should be our goal. So we should give them, first of all, basic Islamic education, start from there. Well, inshallah, Maulana Yasir and the other scholars here, they will describe their program later, inshallah. Then we want to start with a very simple program and slowly and gradually develop it. So this way, we have Hufaz here, we have scholars here in this Lodi, inshallah, and who will need the cooperation of our community members. And alhamdulillah, I can see every respect of life, every part of Lodi. I see my elders sitting here in front of me. So, inshallah, with the help of Allah, with the dua of these great scholars, inshallah, we will build a cohesive system in this Lodi, inshallah, for our generation. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Come in the front. We are happy to give.
In front of them, I got to take off my shoes. The reason why, because all of us are just like him. And everything that we want to do here, you come up, you too, come here. Sitting in the grass, come here. Yeah, you come here. Come here, you sit right here. Both of you, sit right there. How long has it been since you said like that? What I am saying is, everything that is being done is not being done for you and me no more. We close to dead, all of us. Everything that is being done is being done for them. They are the ones who will carry on the dollar. They are the ones who are the keepers of the deen. Right now, we are just the holders of the deen. We're not even the protectors. We're just the holders of the deen. It takes greater than me and greater even than you to be a protector of the deen, because we must put our life down to protect the deen. And I do not know how many of me and us are capable of putting our life down for the protection of the deen. But we will all speak about the deen. My desire in coming here and doing everything that I have done in this community, because I am not part of any tribe. My desire is that this will become the Dawa capital. Okay? Dawa capital. You have a place here. All of the young people that are out there doing all the other things somewhere else, we got to bring them here some kind of way. Car shows, poetry, whatever. It's a community center, not a masjid. Use this place for the dollar. The prayers will come if they hang around us. If they come, they will pray. But as the brother said, empty buildings, like the movie theater downtown, AMC, they spend a lot of money. Maybe they never get it back. What is being spent here, we're not going to get back. It's just investment. This is your investment, your children, my children, grandchildren. It's your investment. Whatever you point these young people at, they will obtain if you give it value to them, if you make it mean something to them. Because it means something to each one of you who are sitting here. All of the sacrifice means something to you. But your sacrifice don't mean nothing to them. You have to let them understand and feel what the sacrifice means, so that they will be able to carry on what the ones before us started. Everything is going to continue. They have to feel and want to live and die for what you have left them.
So let me make dua. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Before dua, brother Uncle Khan, Ramzan Ali, Dr. Saab, those are, I know them since 87. Alhamdulillah, we started this project from zero. And always when I should ये सामने तारीफ करना ये अच्छा भी नहीं लगता, लेकिन जो रियलिटी है, जब भी मैं ताज साहब से मिलता था वो मुझे कहते थे कि अल्लाह अपने गैबी खजाने से सब कुछ करेगा. That's always he used to say in Urdu, that Allah will help us and he will give us all sources to finish and complete our project. And this started from zero and it came to now exist now until here. And again these 4-5 classroom, that's our main need, because the school since 87 I was hearing from him that Maulana in Sanwakin County there is no school for kids, no school. So this classroom for school that we will start, inshallah, we will start even charter school or whatever way. We have to, like a Noor Center in Sacramento, they have school. We need school, so that's why we can hold our kids in our traditional way, in Islamic environment. So that's the purpose of whole this project is going on. lot of scholars came in Lodi when I was imam. They always was telling them to audience that listen, you don't need masjid, you need school. They say, because once in school they will learn from beginning, from A B C D on each class, from even kindergarten until high school graduate. When they will hear with that their slaver with Islamic culture, inshallah they will pray also, and this masjid will be full from with them, and they will not lose their faith. So that's why we need school. Believe me, यहाँ तो इतने बच्चे in Stockton, in Lodi. You know, sometime I was talking to Lodi people with even in how many 600 or 700 just girls. बच्चियां हैं यहाँ पे 700 800 girls in Stockton, like 1000 girls. We never लड़कियों का तो सोचे ही नहीं. We never thought to teach them even evening class. See, this is the ahwal that we have to and we have to have financial wise, and we should unite it, and just carry on. Please carry on. Like Abdul Hadi said that we are going to Kabar now, very close. Lot of friends and brothers, they gone to Allah. So now this is our time. Just develop this, mashallah, this Islamic center and CIC, and just bring all our youth here, inshallah. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help us, inshallah. Just raise your hand and make dua, then we will do. اللهم انت السلام ومنك السلام تبارك يا ذا الجلال والاكرام ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الاخره حسنه وقنا عذاب النار. Allah, you accept our effort, Ya Rahman. Allah, we are constructing here this classroom. Allah, you help from your treasury, Ya Allah. Allah, आपके खजाने से हमारी मदद फरमा. Ya Allah, make it easy for us. Ya Allah, हमारे लिए आसानी पैदा करना. Allah, remove all difficulties. Allah, सारी जो है परेशानी और जो है प्रॉब्लम है, उससे इस प्रोजेक्ट को दूर रखना है अल्लाह. ओ अल्लाह, गिव अस द इखलास एंड सिंसियरिटी. अल्लाह, हमें इखलास नसीब अता फरमा. एंड ओ अल्लाह, सेव अवर progeny and generation until day of judgment in this country, Ya Rahman. Amin. Allah, हमारी औलादों की हिफाजत फरमाना. Allah, whatever we are doing, Allah, you know that what in our heart. Allah, we don't want to showing anybody this for fame or shit, but this is just for to please to you, Ya Allah. हम सिर्फ अल्लाह आपकी रज़ा के लिए करते हैं. अल्लाह, इस सेंटर को अल्लाह जो है इस सेंटर को ए अकरमुल अकरमीन को अपने बारगाह में कबूल फरमा. अल्लाह, एक्सेप्ट दिस सेंटर, या रहमान रहीम, एंड बिकम मीन फॉर दावा, या रहमान रहीम. ये सेंटर जो है दावत का और नॉन मुस्लिमों के लिए भी अल्लाह एक अच्छा सिंबल बने कि वो आए और यहाँ पर दीन को समझे. या रहमान रहीम, हमारी इस एफर्ट को कबूल फरमा. अल्लाह, यू एक्सेप्ट दिस एफर्ट, एंड अल्लाह, यू एक्सेप्ट दिस प्रोजेक्ट एंड मेक इट ईजी फॉर अस. सुब्हान रब्बिक रब्बिल इज्जति अम्मा यसिफून व सलामुन अलल मुरसलीन वल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन बिरहमतिक. चलते हैं.
ask all of you to we'll ask all of you to individually take the shower, just have some video and
आपके पास नमाज कर ये दुआ कर गए थे. चटनी जड़ी नहीं है, चटनी ये उससे थोड़ा थोड़ा करके पा गए 2-3 जगह. आई सर ने दे फोन की डाम आप इंटरनेट न रात लो.
शाबाश शाबाश.
ये बच्चों को भी, बच्चे भी करें ना, ताकि
बच्चों को
उस्ताद खान का बेटा भी करे. मेरे पास उनका नंबर नहीं पुराना था वो तो कभी नहीं
अपन بالذات عشان
बिस्मिल्लाह मौलाना साहब दौड़ लगाए
ये बच्चे का भी ले अली मेरा भी ले
आशिम
देख देख अली
कम ऑन मैन डू इट बहुत है जी बहुत हो गया बहुत बहुत सख्त है चलो मैं उठा देता हूँ
हो गया जी हो गया
Do it, Ashim. Do it, Ashim. Zor lगा Ashim बोल रहे
हमारा यासिन
That's enough, Ashim. Much enough.
आओगा नहीं शाकिर नहीं मेरे पिक्चर ना ले मैं बाद में कर लूँगा
आप ऐड कर लेंगे एडिट कर लेंगे आप
मैं एडिट कर लेंगे
मैं कर ले लेता हूँ
नहीं अब्दुल हादी को ले आए वो समोसे जो है हाँ वीडियो
वीडियो
वेबसाइट मैंने पहचानी
कैसा पानो देखा
भले क्या होगा अब शब्द है
मायर तीन
वेब शो बंद चला दगा सुख न गोरी
मूरी
लगा रागली वो सबोरे पर कुछ लुटे कर ना अच्छा मेरा टाइम दुकान का
सर स्टोरेज पे जोड़ कैसे जोड़ गई
दा सलोर क्लास है खामचे बते वालू ना उठा की जो बस स्टोरेज इस आने ते प्रो है स्टोरेज बहुत शी ये पता है कि बखश्ता दा दरिश्ता हो भाई चुनेगी तो जो बस जो बा ऑफिस स्पेशल रूम भी पहल है के बाथरूम ना भी मेरे कम चीज़ सलोर क्लास है दरी दिवालू ना बहुत कीगी लगा पूरा दवा चुनेगी इंशाल्लाह अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी क्या ठीक हो खैर
रेगुलर क्लास भी
जी इंशाल्लाह वो नेक्स्ट मंडे तो इंशाल्लाह रेगुलर क्लास जड़े सीआईसी एच से इंशाल्लाह इरादा है मंडे नेक्स्ट मंडे फिलहाल तो इरादा है बाद मीटिंग की साइड उसमें डिस्कस उसी ना इंशाल्लाह संगे है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह شته چټني شته ها उस्ताद जी चटनी जी जी
मेरे फ़ोन पर भेज दे ताकि मैं मेरे बेटे को वहाँ भेजूँ।
तो ये पूरी वीडियो यूट्यूब पर है लाइव, तो मैं आपको लिंक भेज दूंगा, मैं आपको लिंक भेज दूंगा, लिंक भेज दूंगा। हाँ तो वो आप वो फुल वीडियो देख लेगा।
हाँ मेरा बेटा देखे ना।
ठीक है इंशाल्लाह मैं लिंक भेज दूंगा इंशाल्लाह। वो उस्ताद जी बस थे काजू अरे बस आसो तवाई